Now, homework 1 is out now. So, in homework 1, you will basically create a Java program using JDBC. And the deadline for homework 1 is there are two submission deadlines. The first one is the cyber class submission is October 15th on Monday at 11 p.m. And the second deadline is in the class on October 16th on Tuesday. You would want to submit all your printouts in the class. So or before the class, you can submit it in the Dropbox in front of the department office. Okay. There's a name tag on my Dropbox. So the submission items that you need to do are in the cyber classroom. You would want to create the following files and submit the files in a single zip file. Okay, so that when we unzip the file, we can have all the files created. Okay, so the zip file should have your student ID as the name of the zip file. If you have several zip files, you can name those student ID 1, student ID 2, student ID 3, or like that. Okay. So the first file that you need to submit is the database creation script, and the database creation script would have an extension like .sql. So you could put a name like homework 1 underbar your student ID and then .sql. Inside this database creation script, you will have all the SQL commands to create your database and to populate your database. Okay, so there will be a lot of create table statements and a lot of insert statements. Okay. You will also have to submit the source files, the .java files, also the compiled class files, .class files. Okay. If you want, you can submit those as a separate zip file, the class files. Okay. README student ID.txt is a text file. If you want to write down any kind of problems or any kind of warnings that you get or some information before the user actually uses your program, you can put those in that README text file. And you would also have to submit a report that explains your code structure and also some screen capture of the execution results. Okay. When you include the screen capture, don't put any BMP images. Okay, only use compressed JPEG or GIF images. Okay, the BMP images are too large. Okay, so now let's go to the submission items that you need to submit in class. And in the class, or on the second floor or beside the CSE office, you can submit the printouts. So you'll have to submit the printout of your report, the database creation script, the .sql file, and then the Java source files. Okay. So those are the things that you need to submit. Okay, so be careful because there are two things that you'll have to submit. Okay, so there's two deadlines: the cyber classroom, and then in-class printouts. Okay, so make sure that you don't miss the deadlines. Okay, so the deadlines are for the cyber class, it's 1 day earlier. Okay, so it's October 15th at 11 p.m. and then on the next day you submit the printouts, okay, which is October 16th. Okay. Now let's go to the program specification. Okay, so you will be using the MySQL database and the JDBC thin driver for MySQL to do this homework. And the JDBC program will manage the rank of movies. Okay, so you will basically create a program which manages the rank of movies. So there will be a movie database and also some ranking information for the movies. Okay, so you would first want to create a database script, okay, and this database script will have the .sql extension. Okay, so you will have to create the tables and then insert some sample data into that. Some of the sample data could be imaginary, okay, so like not real data, okay. So the first table is going to be the movie table, and in this movie table you have these columns: movie ID, title, type ID, release date, and production ID. Okay, so you need to have these columns, and these columns show the ID of the movie, the title of the movie, the ID for the type of the movie. We'll talk about the type later on. The date of release, okay, when the movie was released, and the ID of the production company. Okay, so you would want to these IDs are going to be used as IDs in other tables as well. Okay, when you use this, create this date of release information, you want to use the date type provided in the database. Okay, so rather than using like a string-based kind of type, if you use the date type, you could do some nice things, but actually this is just an exercise for using the date type. Okay, and you can actually get a lot of information on the internet for using the date type. Okay. Now this table should have 20 records. Okay, so you should create 20 records for the movie table, and there's a production table which actually is information about the production, movie production. Okay, so they have production ID, name and location, and telephone. Okay, so information about the columns are here, and you should create about 5 records for the production table. And then you have the type of the movies. Okay, so the type, there's a type ID and a name column for the type. The type could be love, action, horror, comedy, and science fiction. Okay, so in total you'll have these 5 records. Okay, and then there's a rank table. So the rank table shows the rank of a movie. Okay, so you have a rank ID and then a movie ID and then the rank. It stores the rank of the movies. The table should have 10 records. Okay, so right now we actually just store the 10 best ranked top movies. Okay, there's primary key, foreign key, and index. Okay. So you want to specify the primary key for the ID field. Okay. And specify the foreign keys in the movie and rank tables. Okay. You would also want to create an index on the title column in the movie table and the rank column in the rank table. So you'll have two indexes created, the title and the rank columns. Okay. So it's very important for creating these kind of indexes for the performance, as I told you in the class. So make sure that you accomplish those tasks. And now let's look at what the JDBC program looks like. Of course, the program should finish gracefully. Okay, so when you finish it, it shouldn't show any kind of errors. And you would want to make sure that you use transactions for executing the queries. Okay, so the transaction you should be able to start the transaction and then do a commit command at the end, okay, or an abort. Okay. When the program starts, you want to print out the student ID and the student name, and there will be several menus. Okay, so the menu should be able to allow the user to do some tasks. The first menu will be print out contents of the movie table. Second is print out contents of the production table, print out contents of the type table, print out contents of the rank table. Okay, and then you want to print out all of the database contents. Okay, so print the movie, production type, and rank table contents. And then the other functions actually will be using some other SQL queries. So you want to print the title, release date, production name, and rank of the top 10 ranked movies. Okay, and then you want to print the movie title and all of the production information, that is the name, title, and telephone that produced the movie. Okay, so basically you want to do some join operations, and you want to print the average rank of the type of movies. Okay, so here the user will select this menu item, and then you provide a submenu for the user to select the type. So if the user says, I want average rank of love, I want the average rank of action type, I want the average rank of horror or comedy or science fiction type, the user can select the type, and then you'll have to compute the average rank based on that type. So as an example, if there are two love type movies, and so you want to know the average rank of the love type movies, and the love type has currently 8 and 12 rank, then the average rank will be 10. Okay, so you can have average rank of 10, or like 3.6, or non-integer numbers as well. Okay, and then you would want to insert a new movie. Okay, so when you insert a new movie, the problem is, of course, the input information will be needed, but your rank will also kind of mess up other ranks of other movies. Okay, so if the user will put a rank for that movie, but then automatically you will have to kind of update the rank of other affected movies in the rank table. Okay, so if you put in a rank 3, then the existing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 should be have an increased ranking value. Okay, and if you also do an update rank, then the user can update the rank of a specific movie using the movie ID. Then you have to automatically update the rank. Either sometimes some ranks will increase, or sometimes some ranks will decrease for other movies in the rank table. Okay, and then you would want to delete the movie, so user gives the movie name, and you automatically delete from the rank and the movie and all those different tables that are related with the movie table. Okay, so you want to make sure that other information is cleaned as well. Okay. Okay, so you also need to update the rank of other affected movies. Okay, so because you delete the ranks of other affected movies, rank will go up. Okay, and then finally you'll have to have an exit menu. Okay, so the program can exit and release all resources. Okay, now one thing you should be careful about is you have to create transactions, but the transaction is not going to start when your program starts and end when your program ends. Okay, the transaction start and commit or abort will be inside each menu item. Okay, so your menu item, one menu function will succeed or will fail. Okay, so each menu item should be consisting of one transaction, and not for the whole menu. Okay, not for the whole menu, meaning when begin of the program and end of the program. Okay, that's not going to be your program is not going to be one big transaction. Okay, don't do that. It should be a transaction inside each menu item. Now the connection, when do you create the connection? You should create the connection only once at the beginning, and you should be reusing the connection. Okay, so during the program you should not, every time you want to send a query, you don't create a connection and then create a statement and then do all that. But once you create a connection, you want to reuse that connection, because establishing a connection takes time. And actually, once you establish a connection to a database, you can use that to execute all your queries. And then you want to finish gracefully, and then of course, also very important, release all resources, close all the resources, your results, set, statement, and connection. Okay, so that's an explanation about the homework. So make sure that you cover all of the requirements, and be careful with the transactions, because you also want to make them work very gracefully and nicely in your programs.